Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be testing the team showcased on the screen. I have double ghost backline to cover the weakness of counter to the lead obstacle. That's basically the logic behind this team, and the first battle just ended. Let's get into the second one. So Talonflame is kind of like a core breaker of this team, especially in the lead, and another code breaker is altaria in the lead. However, you have the opportunity to work out the situations. Now, this is not necessarily as bad as it looks like, because both Pokemons are dealing super effective damage to each other, and if Mandibuzz wants to take the switch, it has to spend a shield, which is pretty good for my team, because Mandibuzz cannot do too much damage to my Obstacle, and my Obstacle has time to gain some energy. Hopefully, Obstacle can run out of this battle with a bit of energy to throw at the next Pokemon. If not, that's totally okay. I still have 2 shields up. The opponent switched back to Vigoroth. I'm not too concerned at this point of time. I'll just let this go, believing it's a body slam. The next Pokemon, okay, the opponent switched back to Talonflame. Now I have energy for Shadow Bone. I'm running Shadow Bone on this Marowak. I have Shadow Ball on my another Marowak. Shadow Bone on Marowak is a legacy move. You can only get it from raids during a particular time. There was previously an event where you could get this Pokemon with Shadow Bone. However, if you don't have that, running Shadow Ball is not too much an issue for this team, I would say. Now, the reason why I'm running Bone Club on my Marowak is just to offer a little bit more coverage, and also it's a good bait move. Dedenne. Dedenne is such a cute Pokemon, but sometimes it could be super annoying, even though it doesn't really have much bulk to it. However, it's relatively spammy because it has access to Thunder Shock, and it's a fast move. Thunder Shock is pretty much like a Mud Shot or like a Cycle Cut. It does a tiny amount of damage, however it gives you a lot of damage. Now, Dedenne took out my Marowak. I'm okay by this. My playstyle is usually I don't spend all my shields or even one shield at the beginning of the battle. I usually hope my backlines to be able to sweep. That's why I'm not spending much shield at the beginning of the battle. This playstyle works for me. However, please note that if this is not your playstyle, please try not to do this. Everybody has a different playstyle, so just do the thing you want to do. I've been seeing a lot of Charm A9s running Charm in this meta. A9 is probably the most spammy Charm user. It has access to Weather Ball, which is a lower energy cost move, but it doesn't really matter to my team because my backline can handle the A9 pretty well. I reckon this is a okay lead for me. I'm seeing this is, even though I'm doing super effective damage with my Night Slash, which is a dark type move, however, Ghost double resist fighting moves, and I'm running counter on my Obstacle, so the opponent can severely lower my attack, and even though it doesn't really do much damage, however, at this point of time, I just don't have that much attack to deal with the next Pokemon, so I had to switch out at that point. Even though the opponent lost the lead, I would say it's like a soft lose, not like a lose-lose. They are like a hardcore lose and there are sometimes soft lose, like even though you lose the lead, however, the opponent use the shield to win the lead, or the opponent doesn't have much HP left, or the opponent doesn't have much energy left for next Pokemon. So that would be a soft lose. There is another win. Okay. This is okay for me, even though flying type on Gyarados resists my fighting type moves. However, Gyarados is extremely glassy, especially in the Great League, and the opponent is using a Shadow version, so it really cannot take 2 Night Slashes. Now, I decided to throw a cross chop at the opponent's Wigroth, reason being I already got the buff there, so I believe I could get a shield from the opponent. I was really lucky the opponent didn't have Bulldoze. They farmed 2 Bulldoze, however, they throw Break Break. Break Break is a really weak move and is not a stab. In this particular scenario, you probably want to throw Body Slam. Even though Body Slam is also double resisted by the Ghost typing, it still does more damage compared to Break Break. Now, the opponent switched to a Dusclops. I'm not quite sure if I'm remembering the name of this Pokemon correctly. I do have one, but it's not ready. I like this Pokemon a lot. It has great bulk. I believe I heard from YouTube that Dusclops is like a Steel type Registeel. They have the similar, if not the same, bulkiness. However, Frostlass is just the MVP of this team. So here's the first set. I got a 5-0. Having said that, this team does have its weakness being surprisingly not counters in the lead, because both of my backlines can resist the counter. However, if you have a Talonflame in the lead or in the backline from your opponent's team, or if you have a altaria as the lead, it could be really difficult for this team to deal with, because only 2 Pokemon on my team can deal resisted damage with its fast move to Talonflame, and Frostlass just cannot see Talonflame at all. It will be eaten raw, as you can see there. That's sometimes it happens and just left the game and then the game quit itself. So now, obviously this is not necessarily as good as it looks like, even though I'm using a dark type. However, the opponent is dealing neutral damage with its faster move, Powered Snow, and also its charged move, Avalanche. You just see how much damage one Avalanche did. And my fast move is resisted, so if I really want to win the lead, I definitely needed to spend the shields, which I really don't want to do at the earlier stages of this game. And here I decided to switch in my own Frostlass. The reason being, energy on Frostlass is more threatening than energy on Marowak, in my opinion, because Frostlass has access to Avalanche, which is a Side Strike clone. If you have played Mewtwo, you know how strong Side Strike is. And thanks to Avalanche on Frostlass, if it has energy, the chances are the opponents will need to spend a shield. Here, I don't really care if I get EQ'd. If the opponent doesn't bait and just use a Earthquake on me, I'm okay. Marowak can take EQ, not comfortably, but it can. Now, this is definitely a terrible lead for my team. Reason being, Altaria, even though I can do neutral damage with my charged moves. However, Altaria recently got its community day, and now it has Moonblast, and also Altaria is really bulky, so it would be very difficult for my Obstagoon to take the lead, and because of this, I was okay to sack my Obstagoon and see what my backline can do. The backline is not doing well, but the opponent didn't show the Shadow Ball, sorry. That's lucky. The reason this team have difficulties with Altaria in the lead is you technically only have one Pokemon that can counter Altaria, and if you just switch in your Frostlass, the opponent will definitely have a counter in the back. Usually that's how they run the team. I was really lucky that I got the boost here. Now, if the opponent wants to take the lead, they need to spend a shield, which they just did. I'm okay with that. I just took the lead anyways. And I prefer to run Cross Drop on my Obstagoon because it does neutral damage to Charmer users like A9 and Wigglytuff due to they have a partial typing that is weak to fighting. Now, the opponent switched to a Jellicent. Let's see what they do here. Oh, Shadow Ball directly, beautiful. My playstyle is I just trust my Frostlass. I believe it has the ability to sweep teams. That's why I save shields for my Frostlass. The opponent throw again, I believe it's just a Bubble Beam. Yeah, it's just a Bubble Beam, not a problem. See, this should definitely be okay, and the opponent switched back to their Jellicent, but there isn't much they can do at this point of time. The Jellicent was just too low. Okay, another Flying Dragon. This is not necessarily as bad as a Altaria lead. Reason being, Altaria is super bulky. It can take like 3 Night Slashes, and Dragonite just cannot. It's not something it can do. So the opponents use the shield, which is fine by me. I don't know why the opponent is not trying to bait, like they farmed to a Sky attack and just use their energy directly. Now, again, I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, and I'm trusting my Frostlass to sweep the whole team. Oh, there is another Flying Dragon. Sorry, this is beautiful. Altaria in the lead is terrible for this team. However, Altaria in the back, having a match up with Frostlass, is just beautiful. Nor, yeah, I just couldn't go into Shield Flex, but that's okay. Okay, that's a 4-1. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember this team does have weaknesses, as I mentioned in the video, and also Talonflame. If you cannot work your whole team against it, it's really hard for this team to deal with it, in the lead especially. So in my next video, I'm going to be posting a anti-Talonflame team. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much, and thank you to the battlers who played with me during the 2 sets. Had a good time. Thank you so much.